It's Friday, April 16th here at Sun and Fun Flying in Florida, and one of the things I like to feature on this channel is youth in aviation. And taking the short takeoff and landing scene by storm is a young 18-year-old pilot, Jaden Newman, in this Carbon Cub. Check this story out. It's quite a story. Yeah, that's right. Morning, Jaden.
Morning.
So, what we're seeing out here today is a STOL demonstration, 3 different categories of airplane, and you're just demonstrating short takeoff and landing capability.
Demonstrating what Carbon Cub can do.
What the Carbon Cub could do. And so you take your takeoff distance plus your landing distance, add those 2 numbers up, and if you land short of the line, you're disqualified. DQ'd. And then do you typically do that like 3 times and then take those numbers and figure out who wins?
Yeah, so we've been getting in like 2 or 3 landing Z's because we only have a short amount of time for the demonstration. So you either get like 2 or 4 laps that we can do.
And you got 3 different classes here. What class would this be considered in?
So I am in the C, I'm in the C class.
Like Cub class, Carbon Cub, Super Cub?
Well, it's so the classes are based off of, so there's an Alpha class, which is like the heavy, like
180s, 172s, utility.
Yep. And then the Bravo class is like Huskies and the heavier Carbon Cubs. And then the Charlie class is the lighter experimental light sport.
So that puts you right up against Steve Henry, for example.
Steve Henry.
And Steve Henry's been a pretty good mentor as well as competitor.
Oh yeah, Steve Henry, he's a great guy. Yeah.
So you're 18 years old now.
Yep.
How long have you been? Well, that meant you soloed at 16, I assume?
Yeah, I soloed at like 16 and a half.
Got your license around 17?
I got my license on my 17th birthday.
Outstanding. Yeah. And you just recently got a job flying a beach jet?
Yes.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
So you got a day job now?
Oh yeah, I fly beach jets out of Wichita, Kansas for Clemens Aviation.
Wow. Yeah, we know those guys. So by storming the scene here on the short takeoff and landing thing, you've got quite a few sponsors to help you and mom and dad out with this aircraft, it looks like. Who are some of those folks that have helped you out now?
So my main sponsor is Acme Aero, and then I have Western Skyways, Best Hugs, CamGuard, EAA, Electronics International, UAvionics.
And these aren't just small-time sponsors. These are, I mean, like, for example, that engine, Western Skyways dropped a whole engine in that aircraft for you?
They did. So after Arkansas, I had another boo-boo practicing for the National STOL competition in December that was here. And they redid my motor in 4 days, a complete overhaul of my motor, taking it out, overhauling it, and putting it back in 4 days. So they were a big help.
I assume that meant a prop strike, so they had to do that.
Yep.
Well, that's the thing with competition. I mean, you're putting it right on the edge.
Right on the edge.
Yeah. What kind of takeoff and landing distance are you seeing in this configuration of?
So my takeoffs, I would say, are about, I think they've been anywhere between 85 or 90 feet. And my landings are about 150. 150
feet? Outstanding. And then after this aircraft, you've got another big sponsorship to build you a whole nother airplane?
Yes. So Patriot Aircraft is going to be helping us do another, Patriot's kind of like another Cub, just a little bit different. So we're going to try and build it lighter, maybe a little bit more horsepower. Get me off the ground.
Yeah, because there's really no limits to that right now as far as the rules go. Yeah, more power and lighter weight. Great. And then so are you going to pursue, well, obviously you're pursuing a career of aviation now, huh? So what's in the future? What are you thinking?
I'm not sure I want to do airlines. I haven't made up my mind on that one yet. I want to stick more towards like the corporate charter part of aviation.
And mom and dad had just recently learned to fly, didn't they? They got into aviation.
Yeah, my dad got his license 2 years ago, and my mom and I got our license on the same day. So we're all pretty much new pilots.
And how did you get into the whole STOL scene to begin with?
we started watching after we got our license. I soloed in a 172, got my license in a 172, and then after that we started watching like the Flying Cowboys, Steve Henry.
Through social media by chance?
Through like YouTube.
See?
Yep. And after that we were just like, this is awesome, we need one of those planes. And so my dad got a Carbon Cub, and then he started flying around in his Cub, threw me in the back seat. I loved it, so I got my tail wheel endorsement, and then STOL is what started all of it.
Yeah. And that was just last year, last year's event?
I think it was in September.
Yeah, wow, and that's when you just took the place by storm.
Thing that would be different is this gauge right here. It's a CHT gauge.
Okay.
So when I redid my motor, we wanted to have a CHT gauge to monitor my CHTs.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that
Cylinder head temperatures, keep them cool during competition. And you got your required crash helmet there, shoulder harnesses, and that's what I need. I need some extra boost in my seat so I can see.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're short.
Hey, you're a big time dirt biker too, right?
I wouldn't say a big time dirt biker, but I do like doing it.
Yes. And you are living in the Colorado area, so off-road trail riding's
Yep. Well, I'm not living in Colorado anymore. I just moved to Kansas for that beach jet job.
Oh, right. Yeah. But can you say that you kind of grew up on dirt bikes out there in Colorado?
So we were a really big like motorhead family. So we had dirt bikes, side by sides, snowmobiles, and boats, and all sorts of stuff.
Okay. Didn't that give you the sense of the basic eye-hand coordination kind of stuff that adapts well to flying?
It did help with the flying.
Yeah.
Throttle management, and knowing stuff about engines and what they're gonna do, and
yeah. What engine again did you say got on this Carbon Cub?
I got a Titan CC 340.
340, and the landing gear, is that Tac Aero or is that?
The landing gear is Acme Aero.
Acme Aero?
The gear, the shocks, and my tail wheel shock back there is all Acme Aero.
26-inch on the tires. And here comes Steve in the 300 horse Yamaha turbocharged engine. So those last two takeoffs, Jaden had 39 feet and Steve Henry had about 28 feet total takeoff run. Egging it in again, fighting that wind. Good. Good.
I think you got your...
Excellent. And here comes Steve, her mentor. And at this point, really, her only competition. Just floating that thing in. Oh, total scratch. He knew it. So it's tricky in these gusty winds is you've got it's either an increasing headwind shear or a decreasing headwind shear as the winds gust, even though you're down the runway with the winds. So if the winds die off on you, you tend to drop it in early. If the winds gust up on you, they can blow you up a little high, and then you drop it in a little late. So what do you think, Jaden? Was it breezy enough out there for you?
Very windy.
Very windy, huh?
Yes.
Was there a much wake turbulence from the other aircraft, or just the wind?
No, they had us spaced out enough that...
That wasn't a problem?
Yeah.
Yeah. But just fighting that wind, huh?
Fighting that wind, yeah.
Was it, how was the direction of the wind? Was okay, or was it more just the
It was
gustiness?
gusty.
Yeah.
So it'd be really strong, and then it just all of a sudden die off.
And drop right off on you.
Yeah, it was gusty all sorts of different directions. It'd go crosswind or just drop off.
Ah, choppy. Tough conditions.
Oh, yeah.
Good show.